Alright, so we're just making sure all our systems get into place here. Okay, I can see that. Can I see it on here? No. Well, let me just do it from here. Alright, just making sure all my systems are working. So, there. This is not working for some reason. Why aren't you working? Okay. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Perfect. Alright, so for people who don't know the Camp Woodwind strat, we're gonna go ahead and just brush over it a little bit. Let me grab my solo loadout for this, which saves money on a lot of things. So everything should be removed, right? Yep, everything is removed. Then if I hit add, there we go. So basically, the setup I have for this loadout is for doing this solo, and it only costs about 400 bucks. So if you die, you only end up spending 400 bucks in order to refresh the loadout. And as you can see, got plenty of money. So the solo strat or the Camp Woodwind strat basically is a strategy where you don't have any evidence. There's no sprint, and flashlights don't work. You go in for a hunt or two to try to figure out the ghost based off of its behavior. I say a hunt or two because I usually stick around for the smudge timer. And yeah, it's a 12x multiplier. It's anywhere between 12 and 13x, depending on how you set it up. Mine's 12.12, and I'm going over it right now, so you guys can get a better look. Starting sanity 0, restoration 0, obviously. 200% sanity drain, obviously. Sprinting is off. Player speed is 100. Flashlights are off. Obviously, lose items and consumables stays on. You turn that off, it'll become 0 automatically. Ghost speed is 100. Roaming frequency high. Changing favorite room high. Interaction amount low. Event frequency low. Friendly ghost Friendly Ghost stays off, of course, because if you turn that on, it'll become 0. Grace Period 0. Hunt duration medium. Kills extends hunts off. This doesn't actually affect the multiplier at all. And then evidence 0. That was a given with what I said. Setup time 0 seconds, obviously. Weather windy, because with the new eye adaptation, if you turn your brightness all the way up and have that on, you can see perfectly fine, and I will demonstrate that. Doors starting open high. Number of hiding places none, because you're looping the ghost, not hiding from it. Sanity monitor off. Activity monitor off. Here's where mine strays from everyone else's. I start the fuse box on. That way you can test for or rule out Jin, depending on whether or not the breaker gets turned off. And then you can test for Jin ability if it stays on. Fuse box visible is off, and crisp possession is 0. So that's my setup. A lot of people, like I said, they'll take the fuse box at the start of contract and go to broken for 12.97. That's fine if you don't want to be able to test for Jin. I leave it on so I can. Okay, So, obviously, it's called the Camp Woodwind Strat, which means we're going to be going to Camp Woodwind. So let's hop into it, and I'll kind of explain my thought process for everything and how I do this. Um, I am gonna do one thing though, so that I can not worry about anything happening while I'm talking to you guys. Push to talk on, so I can explain as I'm doing stuff. Make things very simple. Sorry if that bugs out my little thing. I don't actually have a green screen on me, unfortunately, so I'm doing with what I have. Okay, so here's where I analyze what objectives I would go for. The only one here that I would try to do purposely is the paramic, because you're gonna use it to see if you're dealing with a banshee anyway. Um, so first things first, I grab the paramic, salt, and crucifix. And I just pop those bad boys in there. And now you can see when I first, like coming out of the truck for the first time, let me get adjusted to this light real quick. And whenever I go out here, everything looks dark. Like you can see, if I look at the lights, look inside, and turn around, everything's dark. But as you come out, things become more visible. So that's where the eye adaptation is a big game changer for doing this strategy. Okay, so now that I have those items in there, I'm going to grab my smudge, my lighter, and I'm going to get set up. I usually just pop salt here, here, and here. Interesting. So it's the ghost decided to hunt right next to me. While its room is actually the campsite itself. So that means we're likely going to be dealing with either a wraith, phantom, or banshee. And we will find out during the hunt. Let's get the other crucifix, because it's trying to hunt on top of me, and I do not want that. So if you notice that your crucifix is getting burned like that, immediately step back and grab the other crucifix. Because you don't want this ghost teleporting right on top of you and hunting. Interesting. Oh, I'm 10 seconds off now. So, we got the paramic interaction, and got the event. However, we're not sure about the ghost type just yet, although that did sound a little fast. I'm going to do another test. So the ghost is definitely faster. Hang on 1 second. Just gonna make sure this isn't something important. It wasn't actually a call. It was just notifications getting sent out all at once. Okay. So this ghost is a little fast, which leads me towards Moroi or Twins. It could be a mimic mimicking a ghost. So we're going to check for orbs real quick. Since it's just out in that general area, I should be able to see it just from the CCTV. Okay, I'm not seeing orbs. So what I'm going to do now is go back in and just see if it sounds any slower from the previous hunts. Wait, have I been missing that this entire time? Run that back one more time. Normally it doesn't take this long. Normally you just do one hunt and done. But I think there was something I missed this entire time that... Hmm. Okay. So that's the last time I can go in there because I'm out of smudges. It's been consistently faster, so I am going... Because the low 2 ghosts that can be slightly faster but also still get a line of sight bonus is Moroi or Twins. But Twins, every like couple of hunts, it should switch which twin is coming out, and the Wandering Twin will be 10% faster. The twin that sticks to the room will be 10% slower. I haven't noticed a shift like that. I've only noticed slightly faster and it's gaining line of sight speed. So I'm going Moroi. It was the twins. So it just sent the fast twin out 4 hunts in a row. See, I don't have the twin speed down just yet. But it should have. It should have switched which twin went out. Okay, so we've got motion sensor, paramic, and crucifix. So paramic, motion sensor, and crucifix. Salt, smudge, lighter. Hello, Pumpkin Gamer. Okay. So this ghost. Okay. That seems about normal speed, normal blink. Why do I have a tier 1 motion? Oh, well. If it works, it works. Tier 1 motion sensor for the Raiju check. There's the paramic. So this ghost is normal speed, normal blink, although we didn't have an electronic set, so we couldn't have checked for Raiju. So we know it's not a Myling, not a Moroi, not a Diogen, not a Thay, not a Hantu, not a Revenant, not a Wraith, not a Phantom, not an Oni, and we did do the Jin test, so not a Jin. I didn't see Shapeshift, so I'm going to say it's not Obaki until proven otherwise, and we are running the timer now. It is over at the games tent, and it doesn't seem like it left there. So possible Yuri, because Yuri's will be trapped in their room after a minute, for a minute after being smudged. Possible Mare as well, since it just did that, which gives us the. Oh, no, we didn't have Ghost Event as one. I am dead. I forgot to grab the new smudge. I forgot to grab another smudge. Oopsie daisies. Let's see if our deduction of Yuri's right, though. Onryo. Okay. Kind of strange from an Onryo. I forgot to grab a new smudge. That was the mistake. Okay. Try this again. EMF reader, ghost event, escape. So EMF, crucifix, and paramic. I am going to those in. And then again, lighter, smudge, salt. Ghost decided to come right to me. Okay. Alright, well, twice in a row is enough to sell me. So the ghost, whenever it's far away from me, it gets faster, and as it gets close to me, it's slower, which that is the traits of a Diogen. I did it twice, so I'm pretty sure we're clear of Mimic, and we're just good to go. Easy money, easy life. Photo, EMF, and crucifix. I'm not too stressed about getting the photo or the crucifix objective, so I'm going to grab the EMF, paramic, and crucifix. Pretty much the same setup as last time. Okay, so we know not Raiju, Moroi, Diogen, Thay, Hantu, Revenant, Wraith, Phantom, Oni. Started pretty close, so I couldn't test for Jin. We are running the timer. I didn't see a shapeshift, so not Obake. And I'm not hearing any. Okay, there it goes. So we're at 50 seconds, and it's already roaming around. I think its room was the tent here. Could be wrong. I think. Yeah, see, well, it's just, yeah, it's roaming general, but it's hunting again, which means it should be a demon. As long as it's not a mimic, it should be a demon. Because it hunted at 1 minute and 10 seconds. Normal ghosts can't hunt until a minute and 30 after being smudged, and a demon can hunt as early as a full minute, just 1 minute. So I'm also not seeing Orbeez just hanging around over here out in the open, which seems like where they should be if this were a mimic. So I'm going to stick to the demon. There we go. All right. Firelight, Photo of the Ghost, Repel. Not worried about those two, so I'm just going to go Paramag, EMF, Crucifix, and then come back for the Salt, Smudge, and Lighter. Okay. And the ghost was one thing you could tell is the heartbeat from the ghost being close to me was louder than its actual footsteps, and the volume was falling off really quick. So unless this is a mimic, this should just be a myling. Oh, we didn't get the repel off of that? Which, for a mimic, the orb should pop up right around the bench. And I'm not seeing Orbeez. I'll wait until the minute and a half mark, and if it doesn't hunt right away, I'll just leave. Or I'll give it to a minute 45. And if it's not hunted after minute 45, then I'll head out. I'm just coming back in for that repel objective, because apparently I didn't get it, even though it was on me. Actually, give it to 2 minutes. I would have laughed if it tried to hunt right as I was leaving. Okay, so it should just be a myling. Yeah, Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Repel, Ghost Vent, and Crucifix. Again, Repel's the only one I'm really worried about. Okay. Ghost has not made any noise. Hmm. This was a little fast, it seemed. Just a little fast. Let's see if we can hear exactly how fast it was. Because this is another Moroi Twins kind of thing. Okay. So I said it was fast. So it was kind of fast that first hunt. That hunt seems slow. So this is twins that actually gave us their different twin. Unless it is a mimic. But I do not think it is a mimic. I know it's in the back. So let's just give it a quick peek, see if we see any ghost orbs. You're in like this area, right, ma'am? And I don't see any ghost orbs, so let's go ahead and shoot twins. And that's what I needed from the last twins, was where it switched out which twin was hunting. But it was 4 times in a row as the fast twin. And I was like, what? Which is funny because earlier I had a game where I had a demon wait 2.5 minutes before hunting after being smudged. Which is contradictory to what a demon's supposed to do. Okay, so we have Ghost Event, Repel, Paramike. Not worried about the Ghost Event. Repel and Paramite should be easily obtainable. As soon as I picked up the Paramite, I got a Whisper. Let's get those ghosts through. I'm doing homework while watching. that's that's funny. So that seemed pretty normal. Normal speed, normal blink. Didn't speed up at me whenever I popped my head up, so not a Jin. I had the Paramike stay on, so not a Raichu either. Go out for another Smudge. I know it's somewhere in the back. Just want to hear, because it's got 20 seconds for me to hear it do something like far from where it actually is. I think it's either the red tent in the back or the bathroom. I'm waiting to figure out which. There's a Whisper right there. 55 seconds, so that also rules out Yuri. If it's right there and its ghost room is in the back. Okay, so not a demon. Unless it's one of those crazy demons that decides, wait, so long. Not a mare. It just turned on the light in that tent, so not a mare. Came right to me after doing that, so not. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the ghosts that I've ruled out. So, yeah, not a spirit, not a Polty, because I was watching that, and it wasn't throwing stuff super far. Not a mare, because it turned on the light in that tent. Shouldn't be a demon. Yeah, and it just proved to me it's not a Jin, because just did that, not a Jin. It shouldn't be yokai because it came right to me whenever I was confused on where I was there. Not a Myling, not a Raichu because it didn't speed up whenever I had the EMF on the first hunt. Normal speed, so not Roy, Deogen, Thay, Hantu, or Revenant. It's not a Wraith because it stepped in Salt. Not a Phantom. Not an Oni. Um, Not a Goryo because it started in the back, then it switched its room to like next to me. Yes, so Camp Woodwind is completely outside. Sorry, I was so focused on the ghosts. Uh, it's a campsite, basically. It's a small campsite. I haven't seen a shapeshift. It's normal speed, so not twins. Between Shade, Yuri, Onryo, Banshee, Mimic. So let's see if we see any Orbeez. Although the Orbeez could be off to the left. It is very active, but I haven't heard it on the paramedic. Like, try to go for that Banshee Screech. Okay, yeah, so not a Yuri because it's roaming after being smudged. Um, so that leaves me with Shade, Onryo, and I don't think Banshee at this point, and I didn't see Orbs, so not a Mimic. Uh, I could test for the Onryo, but I just feel like it is Onryo because it doesn't seem like Shade behavior. So I'm gonna shoot Onryo because Shade should have been more reserved with that. Bam. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, cleanse, EMF, photo. Not really worried about the photo. I can do the cleanse and during the hunt, and I can try for EMF. So I'm gonna grab the EMF reader. Same setup. Same setup. The only time I won't grab an EMF is if it requires some motion sensor for the objectives. Yeah. So the badge is the Prestige 4 badge. I'm gonna be trying to go for the Prestige 5, which I've still done this strategy even at level 1. You just space out the two pieces from the tier 1 salt in the middle there. What I would do is check to see if you see orbs first, like see blatant orbs, because that's what I did the first time around. Is I saw orbs, and it shoots you up to like level 9 based off of that alone. All you need, the most that you need to be able to do this is the smudge stick. So once you unlock smudges, you can do this easy peasy. So salt, lighter, smudge. EMF reader, Cruci, and Paramic. Recently bought Phasmo and I got a demon and got hunted almost immediately. Game did not want me to have fun. Haven't played it since, honestly. Oh, you should have let that demon kill you, bro, because you could have gotten one of the hardest achievements in the game. Right now, one of the hardest achievements in the game is to die to a demon that uses its ability in the first minute. You could have bragged and said you got it immediately when you first got the game. That would have been funny to see. Oh. Okay. So again, this is another one where unless it's a mimic, we know what ghost it is. Because it didn't step in the salt, and which would mean that it's a wraith. Review. I got the cleanse. I didn't get the EMF reader, but because we know that it's likely a wraith, I should be able to pop this down. And if it teleports to me, it'll generate an EMF too. Or it teleports to me, then come here. Walk over that salt for me, please. Okay. It's a really aggressive wraith. I'm trying to get it to teleport to me for the EMF, though. There we go. And now we can smudge it and leave safely. Okay, so we got the EMF. We got the cleanse. We know what ghost it is. Let's get out of here. So, both phantoms and wraiths can do that, though. Both phantoms and wraiths can do the teleport. So, I knew it was a wraith because it didn't step in salt, and it continued to do that for more than just one hunt. And we already rolled out Mimic because we didn't see orbs. But the difference between a wraith and a phantom is a phantom will still step in salt, but it'll also stay invisible for longer periods during the hunt. So it'll do like it'll be invisible, do a quick blink, be invisible, do a quick blink, be invisible, do a quick blink. Phantoms, man, phantoms are a pain if you don't like if they teleport next to you, but don't teleport into the range of the crucifix. Like phantoms are a pain to loop. You really got to rely on sound over sight with phantoms. Okay, photo, motion sensor, crucifix. I'm getting bad RNG with these side objectives. But we don't need an EMF reader since we have the motion sensor. So motion sensor, paramic, cruci. The reason I've been playing Phasmo a lot is because it's a game that I'm good at. And when you're good at a game, it's fun. When you're bad at a game, it's not. Oh, I just messed that up. I'll put one there. Okay, it looks like normal speed, normal blink. And it didn't speed up next to the motion sensor, so not a Raiju. I didn't quite test for Gen. So it's over at the game stand? Or is it back then? I'll have to listen to that again. That sounded like right there. Yeah, it's over there. So we're trying to see if it goes outside of there. Because if it does, until 5 seconds from now, then it's not. It doesn't sound like it left that area for that minute. Yeah, it's still in there. So it could be a Yuri. It should be able to roam again now, though. It's still over there. Could also be a Goryo. It just turned off the breaker, so not a Gen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over there with the other Cruci and some candles. Here and here, right? Yeah, so this is this room. You can run an Onryo test. Although Onryos should be more roamy than that. And we can also see if it's a shade. And if it doesn't pass either of those, then that leaves us with Goryo. We'll just take a smudge in case it decides to hunt while we're on our way. So if it's if it's a shade, it'll stop doing stuff completely. Not a shade. Onryo. So what it did is it blew out all three candles and then attempted to hunt because the crucifix was there, blocked it, which is that's the Onryo's ability. So it should just be an Onryo. Bam. Easy peasy. Like I said, I can rule out other ghosts and take a guess. Um, like if it didn't pass the Onryo test, I was gonna be leaning towards Goryo, but it did the Onryo ability, so I was like, yeah, this is an Onryo that's just chilling out in one singular room. All right. These objectives, I swear. I don't even know why I have this smudge yet. Or already. I'm not even paying attention to my levels. I'm just playing the game. Okay. Salt, smudge, and lighter. Okay. So I didn't have an electronic on, and the ghost was fast. So I'm thinking Moroi Hantu Thay. I'm gonna go in with 2 smudges this time. Well, first let's see if we can find any orbs. Let's first see if we can get orbs. Not seeing Orbeez. Breaker was on, so the Hantu wouldn't have given its breath. So what we're going to test here is we're going to test to see if it slows down next to the campfire. And if it doesn't, we're going to see if it gains extra line of sight speed. And then if it does, it's Moroi. If it doesn't, it's Thay. It also turned off Breaker, so if we see breath, we'll know it's Hantu as well. Yes, sir. What's the matter, buddy? Are you slow? I love fucking with Hantus. I'm level 87. That means about 26 more games before I'm level. Well, I'm ready to prestige again. Do we keep this stream going until the prestige? Hunt, event, firelight. sounded like it was starting to jump speed there. Maybe? I don't know. We'll have to wait out another one because it spawned on the way back. Okay, so we know it's not a Jinn. Actually, we can keep this on to see if it teleports to us. Ghost! Ghost! See, it's like spawning way in the back. I don't want to leave because I don't want to risk it. It definitely doesn't seem like Wraith, Phantom, Banshee because it's staying over there. Okay, so no sudden increase in speed. Let's listen for movements. Okay, it's close to me now. It's like right in this area here. So not a Yuri. Because it seems like its ghost room is the love bench back there. Or the side area next to it. And it was right there. Okay, now it's back in its spot. I think this is a Goryo. No. No way that was a yokai. That thing came right to me. That thing kept coming right to me whenever my electronics were out. Yokai should have not been able to do that. Yeah. Fucking yokai. Fuck the yokai. No one likes you, yokai. Okay, firelight, motion sensor, lens. So we don't take EMF here. Let's see, we've had Wraith. We haven't had an Oni or Phantom yet, though. We haven't had a Raiju. We haven't had a Jin. That was our first yokai, though, so. Fucking they right next to me. What the hell? Fucking they right next to me. I didn't say they. I didn't say I wanted a they. I did not say give me a they. EMF reader. Oh, if this is a Raiju, I'm fucked. We just won't deploy the motion sensor right off the bat. Or not the motion sensor, EMF. I still need the paramic. That's like right in front of the bathrooms. Yeah. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. I didn't go through the motion sensor though. So I'm gonna grab 2 smudges just in case. But we gotta get it to go through the motion sensor here. Now throw something for me real quick, Mr. Raiju. Or do that. That works. Easy, Raiju. And we got all 3 objectives. So this will be a nice 4K to help make up for what I lost with that fucking thing. $42.42. There's something else I unlocked that I didn't quite I don't know why I'm on tier 1 motion sensor though. But there's something else I unlocked that I didn't quite see. This guy? I could unlock night vision, but I don't really use it. I used to be all about the night vision, but nowadays not really. So one thing I need to look at is, yeah, that is 6 seconds. Okay. Oh, so duration 5 seconds for the standard smudge. So the ghost will be just blind for 5 seconds with standard smudge. Tier 2 smudge slows the ghost for 5 seconds, but if it's a Moroi, it should do it for longer. And then the tier 3 will completely halt the ghost for 5 seconds. But if it's a Moroi, it should be longer. Okay. Because I thought it was even more time per smudge. No. So what it is the duration. The standard duration is how long the smudge will last and how long it'll affect a ghost once it's hit by it. So you have 5 seconds for it to hit it, and it'll also blind a ghost for 5 seconds once it's hit. For tier 2, you have 6 seconds to hit it, but it'll only slow the ghost for 5. And then for the tier 3, you have 7 seconds to hit it, but it'll only stop the ghost for 5. But if it's a Moroi, it should last 50% longer, so 7.5 seconds for both. I'm gonna go for one more W, but after that, it's probably gonna be the end for me. So let's see if this is gonna be just one game is gonna be one more W, or if it's gonna take a couple more games for that last W. Click. I don't see any Orbeez just out in the open. Okay. Let's see objectives, crucifix, escape, photo. My rolls on these objectives have been just complete and other dog. Alright. Bop, bop, bop. Still haven't had any of the blink ghosts. So just turn on the light in there, not a mare. Okay, I wasn't quite accurate on that timer. Whisper? Then? I need to go grab a smudge. Right now. Right now, I need a smudge right now. Give me that bad boy. Another whisper, right as soon as I pick the paramic back up. So we know it's none of the fast ghosts. It did immediately leave its room to hunt, or to event. Now we got the smudge off. Which that did seem kind of fast. It could be a demon. Definitely not a Yuri. We knew it wasn't a Jin already. It's not a shade. Not an Onryo. Starting to think Goryo. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot Goryo on this one. That seems like the most logical answer. Oh, great detective work there. It's always nice whenever they stick to a room. But that's the entire premise of a Goryo. Is Goryos will not change their room, and they are really active when you're in their room. But they're usually not supposed to do like manifestation events whenever you're in the room with them. They'll like be throwing shit and everything, but it's when you get out of their room that's when they'll start like doing those events where they actually show themselves. But like I said, that's gonna be it for this one. Um, guy, like I said, if you guys want to, um, you guys want to see more of this kind of content, if you guys are enjoying the Phasmo stuff, don't forget to hit that like button. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe and check out everyone else. Stewie, you guys know about Stewie. Drago does some really good stuff. Like, doesn't play Phasmo like I do, but he's got his own kind of style to things, and it's a lot less stream heavy. I've been a lot more stream heavy lately, specifically Phasmo, just because as I said, it's a game I'm good at. It's a game I enjoy, um, and those things work hand in hand. Um, I'm gonna actually start plugging my Discord, where I do like Phasmo stuff. I still gotta work on it. It's kind of basic right now, but I think I should get some things going on there before I start. Just like before I try to get too heavy into like the bots and the scripting and stuff. Um, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Hiya!